So chapter 2 begins with an introduction to matter. And I love this figure at the beginning, and I printed out a copy for everyone to have in class because it kind of highlights for us that everything really is matter. And we can think about it from the very simple kind of beginnings with elements, and then through chemical changes, those elements can be made into compounds, right? And when thinking about different substances, we can mix those substances together to make different kinds of mixtures, whether they're homogeneous solutions or, again, heterogeneous mixtures. So there's a lot of terminology on this, including some important terminology that we'll get to in a little bit that talks about kind of the structure of an atom, and then talking about how we mix atoms together to make ionic and covalent compounds. So I love this figure. It's kind of just a great summary for everything that we're going to talk about in chapter 2. So our first problem here is a very simple molecular scenes problem that just allows us to apply some of the concepts from that previous figure and look at how we consider classifying different substances. And so again, very simply here, we can look at the fact that we've got elements. In our second sort of panel here, we can see that this is some sort of monoatomic, single atom, probably gaseous element. Over here in the C panel, we can see that we have different atoms that are hooked together to form a compound. And we'll learn later on in this chapter that this compound appears to be a covalent compound where we've got the sharing of electrons between two nonmetal atoms, and this still appears to be a gaseous compound. And then over in panel A here, we see that we have a sort of mixture of different kinds of compounds, and so we'd have a mixture in this panel. So pretty straightforward, not a lot to think about here, but it is an important skill that probably is going to be a type 1 type question on the exam, is classifying what you see in terms of an element, a compound, or a different kind of mixture.